Shabbat Shalom and welcome to everybody. It is so good to be together for our third Shabbat under the stars of the summer. Though as the summer moves on, the stars are getting less and less, but it is absolutely wonderful to be together in this space to bring in Shabbat with all of these friends. I want to extend a particular welcome to the Interfaith Youth Alliance, 12 teens who have chosen to spend this week deeply engaged in encountering each other's religious cultures. I hope you'll get a chance to chat with them over dinner just a little bit. Want to welcome you all here to our service. Want to welcome everybody who is a regular and everybody who we haven't seen in a little while. Everybody who's a Shabbat Under the Stars junkie who's here just for each of these services. And for whatever reason is bringing you here tonight, just very, very glad to be together in this space. One word of encouragement, which is that this looks like a summertime concert because you are sitting outside. There are musicians, there are speakers, there is all of this wonderful, beautiful music coming from the front. This is very much not a concert. This is a service. And what that means is that it requires every single one of us to be participating, to be adding our spirit to the space. If you know the Hebrew words and you can sing along, please do so. If the words are less familiar, but you know the tunes, Yai Dadai and Lai Lalai, filling in the space is also very much acceptable. And if all that you do is to breathe audibly, make it loud. We want everybody together contributing to bringing the spirit of Shabbat into this holy space. We begin with the Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat, beginning on page 11, L'chune Ranana.
Repeat after me. L'chune Ranana.
L'chune Ranana.
L'Adonai.
L'Adonai.
Naria.
Naria.
Tzur Yishenu.
Tzur Yishenu.
Nekad Mafana.
Nekad Mafana. Betoda.
Bizmirot.
Bizmirot.
Nami alone.
Nami alone.
L'chune Ranana. Naria Tzur Yishenu. Nekad Mafana Betoda. Bizmirot. Nami alone. L'chune Ranana. Asher biyado mechkari haaretz v'toafot hamrim lo Asher lo hayam v'wasahu v'yabeshet yadav yatzavu bo nishach v'nichra v'nivracha livnei Adonai Oseinu L'chune Ranana Adonai Nahavia Tzur Yishenu Nekad Mafana היום אם בקולו תשמעו אל תחשו לבבכם כמריבה כיום מסע במדבר אשר ניסוני אבותיכם וחנוני גם ראו פועלי לכונה רננה נעמיה לצור ישנו נגד מפן הפיתיות be ready for those claps Peace be rock נעמיה לכונה רננה לאדוני נעמיה לצור ישנו נגד מפן הפיתיות Peace be rock נעמיה לו We're on page 12 at the end of Psalm 95 at the arrow. You repeat after me. Arbaim Shana.
Arbaim Shana.
Akut Vedor.
Akut Vedor.
Va'omar. toye levav hey
עם תויר לבב, היי.
vehem lo yadeu
והם לא ידעו
derachai
דרכיי.
together asher nishbati
באתי
אם יבואו על מנוחתי שירו לאדוני שירו לאדוני כל הארץ שירו לאדוני שיר חדש שירו לאדוני כל הארץ שירו לאדוני שיר חדש. Sing unto God, sing unto God, all the earth are a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru, Shiru I want to hear your voices. All the voices sing it out. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. We're at the bottom of the page, on page 14 at the arrow. You repeat after me. Yismichu Hashamayim
ישמחו השמיים
ותגל הארץ ירם הים
ירם הים
ומלואו יעלו שדה וכל אשר בו אז ירננו
אז ירננו
כל עצי יער
עצי יער
לפני אדוני כי בא לשפוט הארץ. Together, this line. ישפוט תבל בצדק ועמים באמונתו. Moving to page 15, Psalm 97. אדוני מלך תגל הארץ ישמחו ימים רבים. ענן וערפל סביבם צדק ומשפט נכון כיסאו. Now we're going to move to the end of that psalm at the arrow on page 16. Or Zaru Alat Sadiq. We've been singing this song all week with all the past 4 weeks with the campers here at Camp B'nai Rock. So campers, please sing out, and everybody sing out. Sing that, let me hear you. You can keep that going. I'm gonna sing Or Zarua. You can join me if you want. Or Psalm 98, page 17 and 18. Mizmor shir l'Adonai, shir chadash, ki niva'ot ata, shi'alo yemino, u'zevo kodsho, hodi'ah Adonai, Yeshuato, Psalm 99 begins, Adonai malach yugazu amim, Yoshev kiruvim tanu ta'aretz, Adonai betzion gadol, v'ramhu al kol hamim, Yodeu shimcha gadol v'nora, kadoshu. We're going to meet up on page 20 at the arrow. Romimu. This is a song that was written by my friend Cantor Jackie Rafi. We're going to do it for the first time here tonight, so I'm just learning it. You're going to learn it with me. You're going to repeat after me.
תתחבו להקודשו.
Romemu
And that's why CBI just renewed her contract for 4 more years. Shakach.
Yeah.
Invite you all to please rise, page 21, Ms. Morla David.
Here we go.
I just want you to take a look around at everybody here on this courtyard. This is the middle of July. Half the congregation is on vacation. We put out 215 chairs before we started based on the RSVPs, and more chairs are being wheeled in and wheeled in and wheeled in. I, don't want to be overly braggadocious about our congregation, but take a look around at the multi-generational group gathered here, at all of the people from every different Jewish walk, the people who have been with us since the very, very beginning, and the people who have just arrived and are checking us out for the first time this year. If I set you loose to go and greet each other, it'll take 15 minutes to get you back. So just around where you are sitting, turn around, find somebody you don't know well, introduce yourself, find your somebody you do know well, and give them a hug.
Yeah, that's right. Really good. Good for you for stretching out and picking some new ones. I liked it.
Yeah, gotta keep it
Keep it fresh. Yeah, that's not a clarinet player. They sounded great, and what was great about it were their background, the vocal arrangement.
really nice, yeah. It was really nice. Hi, Rose. Mwah. Shabbat shalom. Good to see you. Yay. Thank you. That was so fun.
So, going to invite up the Kravitz and Stein families and assorted grandchildren, great grandchildren, to come up and light candles. You'd make your way to the front.
He's,
Go to your grandma.
he's definitely here somewhere, but I don't see him at the moment.
And invite everybody else to please take your seats. Please find your seats.
If I see him, I'll play.
Teenagers decided they want to box it.
Fabulous. We have the special privilege of 4 generations of the family
Oh, love that.
that Rose and Hal of blessed memory built. What an extraordinary family. Rose, as you often say, coming as a Holocaust survivor with no family to an incredible, extraordinary, multi-generational family that you have built here together with your beloved Hal. Invite you to bring light to us, to light our Shabbos candles, and to usher in Shabbat. Is that Jewish family goals or what?
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Amazing, amazing. We're going to put you on a poster. Yashikoch to you, and to you, Rose, in particular. Many, many years of good health, surrounded by all those you love. We continue with the Chadodi, page 23.
Hum diddy dum diddy lechadodi. Hum diddy dum diddy likrat kala. Hum diddy dum diddy beni Shabbat mekabela. Here we go. Hum diddy dum diddy lechadodi. Hum diddy dum diddy likrat kala. Hum diddy dum diddy beni Shabbat mekabela. Repeat after me. Lecha dodi. over to page 25, the last two verses of Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Beni Shaba, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Beni Shaba, Nekabela. Yamim Usmol, Yamim Usmol, Tivrotzi, Le'etz Adonai, Ta'aviti, Al Yadi, Le'motzi, Venismecha, Venagila, Lecha, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Beni Shaba, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Beni Shaba, Nekabela. Now we all stand and we face the door. Boi v'shalom, ataret ba'ala, gam v'simcha, u'v'tzohora. Toch emunei, am segula, boi chala. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Beni Shaba, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Beni. We're gonna sing it one last time. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Beni Shaba, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Beni Shaba, Nekabela. Turning to Psalm 92 on page 27. You can sit down. Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Yom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai. ומנהגים בבוקר הזכר, ולזמר the last psalm of Kabbalat Shabbat. It's Psalm 93. Adonai malach giut, lavish Adonai, oz hitazar, avtikon tevel baltimot, nachon kisacha meaz, meolam ata. Naseu narot Adonai, naseu narot olam, iseu narot dochiam. You repeat after me. Mikolo mayim rabbi. Your turn. Adirim mishbereya. Mikolo mayim rabbi. Adirim mishbereya. Adir b'marom Adonai. Adir b'marom Adonai. Edotecha ne'emnu me'od. Lebeitcha b'kodesh. Edotecha ne'emnu me'od. Lebeitcha b'kodesh. Adonai le'orech yamim. Adonai le'orech yamim. Adonai le'orech yamim. Adonai le'orech yamim.
Kabbalat Shabbat, particularly this Kabbalat Shabbat, is such an explosion of joy that it's easy to forget that in our midst there are certainly people sitting with broken hearts. There are people for whom this week has broken their heart in particular. There are many for whom this week has broken our hearts collectively. We pause in the midst of joy to say Kaddish, to give honor to those for whom we grieve, to give honor to the brokenness as well as the blessing. Invite anybody in mourning saying Kaddish to please rise on page 30. Yitgadal v'yash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. B'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudsha. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiran bi'alma v'yimru. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru. May the one who makes peace on high make peace for all of us, and particularly for those who mourn. And we say together,
Amen.
I invite you to please rise. Baruch Hu, the transition into the Mariv, the evening service, begins now, page 39.
Baruch Hu et Adonai, Hamevorach. Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed.
May take your seats.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidbaro ma'ariv v'borim, b'chol ma'atek sharim, v'vitron ha'masani, timachal div hazmani, v'sader ha'kol ha'nim, rakia kirtzona, v'rayom v'layla. Umavir yom umevi layla, umavdil ben yom uvein layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'ma'ariv ha'ravim. Page 40. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael Amcha Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Ken Adonai Eloheinu B'shokbinu u'b'kumeinu Nasiach b'chukecha V'nisach v'nifetu b'techa תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וגשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לתוספות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. שמות תשמעו Adonai Elohechem Emet. B'emunah kol zot v'kayam aleinu, ki hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ein tzadok. We're reading page 43. In a minute, we're going to meet up together on page 44 from Milchamocha. So feel free to read the words in Hebrew or in English. Pippa 44. Umalchuto beratzon kibelu alehem. Moshe Miriam ובני ישראל לך אנו שירה בשמחה רבה ועמדו כולם.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה מי כמוך באלים אדוני נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה פלא. Sing that with me now. מי כמוך באלים אדוני אדוני נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה פלא. חוטך ובניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה לי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך אדוני ימלוך אדוני לעולם. Sing it with me now. Adonai Yimloch, Adonai Yimloch, Adonai le'olam va'ed. Mi kamocha bayalim Adonai nadar b'kodesh norah tehilot oseh peleh. Finish it out. La 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 la. Let's do it one more time. Put your hands together.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגלה מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
I mentioned at the very start that we are tonight hosts to the Interfaith Youth Alliance, to a group of a dozen teens from various religious backgrounds who've chosen to give a week of their summer to a deep investigation of each other's faiths and cultures, to exploring different houses of worship and learning about the different ways in which people relate to the holy. Pretty extraordinary. One of the things that you may or may not know about the Jews is that when you survey Jews and you ask them, how many of you consider yourself proudly Jewish? Like 98% raise their hands. And of those 98%, when they ask them, how many of you believe in Judaism's most famous and oldest idea, that is, that there is one God in the universe, somewhere between half and 2/3 say yes. It's really actually quite fascinating that Jews are the American group most likely to also be atheists, or at very least agnostics. It's something like 1/3 of Jews say so on surveys. So look to your right, look to your left. One of you isn't a believer, and it might even be yourself. And that's okay. In our spaces, we welcome people of any belief and no belief to come together in connection to ritual, in connection to tradition, in connection to wisdom, connection to ethics, connection to a shared set of values and dreams about what the world can and ought to be. This prayer, Hashkivenu, is a prayer asking the God you may or may not believe in for peace. Some of us are believers. Some of us are doubters. Some of us have absolutely no doubts that we are alone in the universe. Wherever you sit on that spectrum, what actually ties us together isn't the belief in the higher power. What ties us together is the belief in what we have always understood that higher power to teach, which is that we are one and ultimately meant to live in shalom, to live in peace with each other. And so if you are offering a prayer to God, pray with all of your heart for peace. If you are offering an intention out to the universe, offer it with full measure of soul. If you're simply reminding yourself of who you are at your deepest core and what you long for the next generation, the generation after that, that's good too. But let's be together. Let's be together in this prayer for peace.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzedkeinu uboenu lechaim ushalom ve'ata ve'Adonai.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. And then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I'll never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds us, I know someday it'll all turn around. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that they don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more war and the children will play. One day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day. Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu malkeinu. One day, one day. Ah, one day, one day, one day. Sing it loud, sing it louder. One day, one day, one day. Sing for one day. Can we just have the voices, just the voices? One day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day.
One day, one day,
One day.
one day.
Fros aleinu sukat shlomecha, baruch atah Adonai. Hapares sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'al Yerushalayim. Amen.
Amen.
Please rise. Page 46.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בבית עולם. Kadash Shemei Rabbah Ve'alma divra kirutei ve'amlich malchutei B'chayecha yom echad U'vayedecha Beit Yisrael Ba'agala U'bizman kariv V'meru Amen Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach Le'alam u'l'alam me'almayah Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudsha richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damira v'yalama v'meru amen.
We'll take a few minutes for silent prayer. The Amidah is said in the evenings to ourselves. It's said standing. Invite you to be in your place. Invite you also to spread out in this courtyard if you need a little bit of elbow room in order to feel a sense of solitude. To pray the words in the book, to pray the words in your heart. To use this time for silent meditation. To use this time however you are moved to use it, but use it. The Amidah begins in the book on page 47. We'll come back together again in a few minutes.
Yisrael Nomcha Tasim Le'olam Shalom Rav אתה הוא מלך אדום לכל השלום, כי אתה הוא מלך אדום לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
יגדל ויגדש שמי רבה, בעמד דברה קירותי, והמליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב ומבוא, אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעלמי עמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתגלה ויתגלה שמי דקודשה. ברכו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בלמה ומבוא, אמן. תקבל צלותהון ובטחון דכל ישראל, כל דם אבהון דבי שמיה ומבוא, אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ומבוא, אמן. עושה שלום במרומם, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל ומבוא, amen.
Yasher Koach to Carl Cedar and Gidon Schickler, to Liav Sofer, and to the great Cantor Amy Robinson-Katz. Thank you for beautiful davening. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Welcome again to our guest, to the Interfaith Youth Alliance. Welcome to many of the counselors at Camp B'nai Ruach and many of our B'nai Ruach families. Welcome to many of our regulars and our not-so-regulars, people who have just become a part of our community. But I want to talk for just one moment to the people who are here, maybe who were part of this community and drifted away, maybe who've been on the edges of this community for a long time and who chose to come tonight in the midst of the summer to just be part of it. And I want to say, come home. There is nothing else like this. I didn't want to be braggadocious before. There is nothing else like this community and where this community is right now. And we are so very, very grateful to our guests and to our visitors for coming and being a part, and we want to see a lot more of you. Come home. I was looking at the recordings of Shabbat Under the Stars past, because I can't remember what I talk about from week to week, and I didn't want to repeat a Shabbat Under the Stars story. So I went back through the first two of this summer, and I went back through and I was watching, quickly scanning last summer's, and I got to this one in July, and I noticed something strange in the YouTube channel in the list of videos. I noticed that this July Shabbat Under the Stars last year, there wasn't a corresponding Shabbat morning video. And I was trying to figure out why there wasn't a corresponding Shabbat morning video. And then I remembered why there wasn't a corresponding Shabbat morning video. Because this Shabbat marks 1 year since CBI led the trend in swattings of synagogues which took place across the country over last summer. For those who weren't around or who don't remember or haven't heard about this, what happened was somebody, it later turned out to be a 14-year-old, was watching YouTube streams of synagogues here in Southern California and around the country and thought it would be really exciting to try calling the police and saying, I'm here in the building, I've got a gun, and see what happens play out live on screen. And so in the midst of Shabbat morning service, July 22nd of last year, at the third Aliyah, we were in the middle of the Torah chanting, and the doors of the sanctuary swung open, and in ran police officers in full SWAT gear with rifles. And they said, there's something going on, and get out. And then everybody did something which I didn't know they were going to do. Everybody looked at me. And I said, do what the nice man with the gun tells you to do. Not like I had any other ideas. And so we made our way back out into that parking lot, not knowing what was happening, what was real, what was not. Were we in terrible danger? There is not a rabbi in the country who, since Pittsburgh, hasn't imagined this scenario. There is not a rabbi in the country since Colleyville who hasn't eyed the chairs and thought, do I have the strength and do I have, frankly, the aim to pick one up and throw it at somebody as Rabbi Charlie did? And all I could think when this was happening was, it's happening in my village. It's our turn. And it turned out the danger wasn't real. It turned out there was no bad guy hiding in the bathroom. It turned out that it was all a big joke. But it didn't feel like that for the couple of hours that we stood out in the parking lot in greater than 100-degree heat. It didn't feel like that when a 12-year-old girl came up to me and said, I can't find my mom and my sister. They were still inside. They had gone to the bathroom. They were the last to get out of the building. It didn't feel like that when we waited, not knowing. There are two responses to fear. One response to fear is to allow our fears to divide us, to set us against one another, to foment the worst in us, to make us unable to return to community, to make us unable to be with one another. Fear can cause people to eat each other alive. It can bring out our darkest impulses and lead us to embrace our worst tendencies. But fear can also cause us to lean into each other. It can cause us to look at each other and say, in this scary world, I get that I can't do this by myself. Maybe if the world was a little bit different, maybe if the world was a little less broken, maybe I could afford to be an island. But in this world, in this time, in this moment, I need my people. I need my people around me. I need a place to feel safe. And I'll be, kids listening, damned if I'm going to let anybody else break me away from who I know I am to be and who I am meant to be with. Fast forward 3 more months. 3 more months, we were planning Simchat Torah on this patio. And the news came that something horrible, we didn't yet know the scale, had happened in the south of Israel. That many hundreds, perhaps thousands were dead, that hostages had been taken, that the world had turned upside down in a moment. And Cantor and I and Jacob, our president, and a few others looked at each other and said, what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to gather? How are we supposed to celebrate our holiday of drinking and dancing with the Torah on this day of pain and misery, on this day of such incredible fear? And we said to each other, we'll hold Simchat Torah, and maybe 20 people will come, and 250 people were out on this courtyard. 250 people were out in this courtyard, people who were not regular Simchat Torah people. They were here because they needed to take somebody's hand. They were here because they needed to dance a dance which wasn't a dance of joy, but a dance of defiant life. They were here because they needed to place Torah at the center of the circle and remind ourselves of who we are meant to be, what we have been through, and what's worth preserving in the face of a scary world. We leaned into each other rather than scattered away. And through the course of this incredibly painful year, this incredibly painful time, this awful and destructive war, this time of great misery and human suffering, this brokenness which is taken hold in America, which had such violent manifestation just last Shabbat, we have chosen as a community to gather in extraordinary numbers, to lean in towards each other, to take each other's hand and to offer each other reassurance, strength, to offer each other a sense of purpose and of calm. Well, calm is a lot for Jews. But maybe a sense of shalom, a sense of some healed place at the center of all of the brokenness, some place that the darkness doesn't touch, some light that is inextinguishable, that's worth fighting for. There are two things that scary times can do to people. They can cause us to turn on each other, or they can cause us to turn toward each other. I pray that this country finds a way in these scary times to do the opposite of what we're doing, to turn toward each other. Not in a false sense of unity, not in a false sense of kumbaya. We're all supposed to agree on the same thing, that everything unacceptable is acceptable in order for us to embrace each other. But to say instead, we want the good for each other. We want to live at peace with each other. We want to resolve differences civilly. We want to build rather than break down. I pray that we as a country turn toward each other and build toward the better angels of what's possible and what's always been possible for us. I pray the same for Israel. And I celebrate that in our community. I celebrate that we have done well. We have done well over this past year since that terrible and scary Shabbat. We have done well over this past year since that terrible and scary Simchat Torah. We have done well, and I ask God for blessings of continued strength, and I ask us to bless each other with continued strength. That we should know that we stand together, that we should know that we are in community, in family that has each other's backs, that we should know that we have something worth surviving and flourishing for, that we should know that the dream that we hold of the kind of world that we want to live in, that we want to raise our little people in, that dream is ours to make a reality. Shabbat Shalom. I want to invite forward our Camp B'nai Ruach counselors. And in particular, I want to call up and recognize Jade Khan, our Rosh Machaneh, our head of camp this summer. You brought your parents with you. They're going to make Kiddush for us. If you have a camper who has managed to make their way in and is now destroying my sanctuary, this is now a good time to go get them and bring them back. Because in the end, we'll bring up the campers so that they can all sing together. So you know which parents, which kids, and which damage. Going to invite you to go over and grab the cup over there. Yeah, it's over by the candles. Invite us all to please rise. And invite Jay to lead us in Kiddush.
ובחרת, אותנו קידשת, מכל העמים, ושבה קודשך.
Amen. If I had to venture what's the most important job in the Jewish world, I'll tell you it's not rabbis. We have a pretty great cantor. It's not clergy. It's Jewish camp counselors. Right? If the Jewish people has a future, its future is in the hands of Jewish camp counselors who set a remarkable example each and every day of what it is to be strong and proud in yourself, and who bring our kids together with so much joy. And I want to in particular just acknowledge Jade, who stepped into a role she hadn't planned on. Jade was hired to be our assistant director this summer and wound up stepping up forward to lead her staff, to lead this camp, and has done over the course of the past month truly an extraordinary job at ensuring through thick and thin that your kids are safe, that your kids are having fun, that your kids are growing every day. This is a tremendous challenge, and I know that you sleep very, very well. When the camp day is over and when the summer is over, you are going to sleep for a week, and I hope everyone will give you the space to do that. But really, Jade, leadership is stepping up when there is a space to be filled and doing it with your whole heart. And you have absolutely done that, and we owe you a great debt of gratitude.
Page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונה, ואנחנו לפני מלך מלכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נותן שמיים ויוסר הארץ מושבים קרוב בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים זולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אלוהיך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל והארץ ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ.
ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד. ושמו
May be seated, all those except those saying Kaddish. Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 58. With Kaddish, we affirm the truth that people die, but love does not. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
B'yalma divrach Yerutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. B'agala uv'izman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Leolam Olmei Olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei dekudsha. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran bi'alma v'yimru. Yehei Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Amen.
Invite forward our president, my friend Jacob Green, to share a couple of announcements about what's happening in our village and what's happening tonight.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom.
Oh,
I'm quite impacted tonight by Rabbi's words earlier and grateful for his words earlier. I'm certainly remembering last year, but I'm remembering it from a position of incredible gratitude. As I look out in this room today, truly, as Rabbi said, the best of the village was represented in taking care of each other. When the police were offering their services, everybody in this village raised their hand and said, no, we take care of each other, we're good. We'll take everybody home and take care of their belongings. It was a special place to be. I think it's made even more special tonight in reflecting on Rabbi's words that we have the Interfaith Youth Alliance with us this evening. CBI, thanks to Rabbi Adam, is one of only two synagogues, I think it's still this way, one of only two synagogues that has a Jewish representative as a part of the Interfaith Youth Alliance. And that representative is my daughter, Leah Green. And for Leah, when she comes back from the Interfaith Youth Alliance, she is filled with a tremendous sense of hope, a tremendous sense of optimism, and a tremendous sense of camaraderie. And as Rabbi Adam mentioned earlier about leaning towards each other, look no further than the young adults that are with us today in this room and are outside here on the courtroom. And when you have an opportunity at our dinner this evening, instead of just sharing about CBI, take the opportunity to learn from them what the answers are, the solutions are to Rabbi Adam's words, because I can guarantee you I've learned so much from all of you, from what Leah has shared with us every time she comes home. So thank you for being here, and thank you for what you represent. More thank yous. Thank you, Gidon. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Cantor Amy. 4 more years. 4 more years, Cantor Amy. And, all right, and Leah, thank you so much for being here and providing us a special evening. Tomorrow morning continues 8:30 a.m. Torah study with the one and only Rabbi Adam Greenwald. 9 a.m. Davener's Clinic for everyone, Cantor, correct? Mm-hmm. Open to everyone who's interested in learning more about the service. 10:30 Junior Congregation, 11:15 a.m. Bite Size. And my final announcement is membership is open. Membership is open. If you want to continue to be a part of this incredibly special village, please sign online and update your membership forms. See Christine or Susan that are here. They can answer all of your membership questions. Dinner is inside for those of you that RSVP'd. For those of you that did not RSVP, you are also welcome to dinner tonight. We hope you join us and sign on online and do it retroactively, your RSVP. And finally, Samantha Hoffman reminds me that religious school registration is also open. See Samantha if you have any questions. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Jacob. I would be remiss also just in not publicly thanking Steve Summer and the incredible security team who, even before last year's events, were already so well dialed in that everything went
When I'm
smooth.
done, he can turn it all on.
But who have really just continued to step up and up and up your game over this course of this past year. Thank you for all of the work that you do. Invite you to please rise for a final prayer. If you came here with somebody that you love, now is a good time to take their hand, to put an arm around their shoulder. If you're sitting by somebody you don't know as well, now is a good time to ask their consent and then do the same. You coming with me? Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'Imatenu, God and God of all those who came before us. We ask your blessings on this sweet Shabbat, that it might be for us a day of restoration and reset, of rest and reconnection to the best in ourselves, to the best in each other, and to you. God, we thank you for the gift of this beautiful Shabbat day. We thank you for the joy of our community. And we also are aware at the same time that we are in a world of so much suffering, of so much brokenness. God, please inspire us, strengthen us, and remind us of our responsibility to be your eyes, your ears, and your hands in the holy work of healing. God, be with those who are in grief and who are in loneliness and sickness and in hardship. Lighten their burdens and teach us to lighten their burdens as well. May we always turn toward each other, and in turning toward each other, turn toward you. Yehi shalom b'chelech, shalva b'ramanatayich. May there be peace in our homes, tranquility in our hearts. And we say it together.
Amen. I think a lot of our campers are indoors, but if any of them are out here, please come forward. Let's lead this last song together. Camp B'nai Ruach campers, if there's any of them out here.
Or Yavo Shalom Alein, Or Yavo Shalom Alein, and counselors too. Shalom Alein, Be'akulam. Or Yavo Shalom Alein, Or Yavo Shalom Alein, Or Yavo Shalom Alein, Be'akulam. Salam Aleinu v'Yokolam, Salam Shalom. Or Yavo Shalom Alein, Or Yavo Shalom Alein, Or Yavo Shalom Alein, Be'akulam. Or Yavo Shalom Alein, Or Yavo Shalom Alein, Or Yavo Shalom Alein, Be'akulam. Salam Aleinu v'Yokolam, Salam Shalom.
Shalom aleinu, Odavo shalom aleinu, Odavo shalom aleinu.
One more, last one.
Odavo shalom aleinu, Odavo shalom aleinu, Odavo shalom aleinu.
Be'akulam. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Please do stay for dinner. Please be part of our community. You can enter in through those doors right here. If you didn't RSVP, maybe the nice thing to do is to hang a little bit back. We have a lot of people here, but please do stick around, and I'm confident we'll have enough food for everyone. Shabbat shalom to everybody.